Tell us about the challenges facing young farming people today, men and women, and tell us about some of the opportunities as you see them.
Yeah, definitely. New South Wales Young Farmers is obviously attached to New South Wales Farmers, and we're a body that aims to lobby and still achieve all the same results as New South Wales farmers, but just more in terms of young farmers. Some of the difficulties that young farmers face are probably getting opportunities told to them. A lot of young farmers are still kept in the dark about what opportunities are out there, and it's also quite difficult in regards to finance and funding to get started and really know how to get those skills. So a lot of the personal and business skills as well that are also lacking, and that's just a generational thing, I believe, that it's not necessarily always passed down, and that's somewhere that young farmers need to work on to make sure that their businesses are profitable into the future. But in saying that, there's obviously a lot of opportunities as well. So obviously this is a very good platform to come and hear from farmers and see what's involved in running a farm and meeting farmers that have been doing it for years, and what skills that we can learn. There's also a lot of other industry opportunities out there, so whether it's the Art for Ag program, which there's many sponsors for industry representatives. I've recently just got back from New Zealand as well, so there's a lot of international and also national opportunities that young farming and farming in general can open up.
So you're from a Bradford operation on the north coast of New South Wales. You've recently relocated to the chilly south at Wagga Wagga to take up a job in accounting. Do you see yourself continuing to play an active role in farming and in New South Wales farmers going ahead?
Yeah, certainly. So I'll always be a member of New South Wales Farmers, and that's something I want to keep pretty steady. I think it's a really good organisation for getting our voice heard, whether that's in politics or in the media. So I think my involvement there will keep going and probably gets a lot stronger in years to come. But in respect to farming generally, I have a huge interest in the beef industry and how that role has played out through history. So my interest is actually in business structures and finding suitable business models for farmers that will maintain their profitability during drought and other environmental changes, I guess, and weather changes.
In your interaction with other young farmers, at the tail end of the drought, there was a lot of concern that interest in agriculture as a university pursuit was waning dramatically around Australia. We now know that it wasn't particularly, it was waning in certain sections. What do you detect as the ongoing passion and interest that young people have for farming?
I think all farmers have a lot of interest and passion for what they do, and that's why they keep doing it for many years. It's not an industry that they move into and often get out of. Once they kind of get captured, they keep going, and that's obviously very evident in our young farmers as well. I've noticed that when our young farmers become committed to what they're doing, they're very committed, and they always keep trying to achieve greater things in their industry or helping out there. So,
very good. Now, social media, new technologies in farming. Give me your take on this. Let me start by saying that some of the farmer lobby groups, the peak organisations, are not really coming forward in embracing social media. How powerful do you think social media is, and how can it be used to engage young farmers coming up?
Yeah, definitely. So social media is really important for young farmers, and I believe all farmers generally. It's about a suitable method that farmers can tell their story at all times. It's not just limited to when they finally get opportunities. They can sit there in the paddock and tell their stories firsthand, and whether that's by a few words or a picture or something like, something similar like that, they can use that one snapshot, and that can be broadcasted to thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. So I believe that social media is really important just for farming in general to become broader, but also at a personal level, I feel that it's important so that farmers can help market their products a lot better, so that in turn they can just take photos of their cows that they've got for sale, for instance, and advertise them online rather than having to take them to a sale yard and pay commission and freight and everything else.
Very good. So you've got a Facebook page and a Twitter account, I take it? Okay. I've also heard that social media is very good in bringing communities together in times of crisis and trouble, and getting people to come and lend a hand, and it can be very effective, particularly in the bush. Is that your experience?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of farmers aren't too willing to kind of put their hand up and say, I need some help, or it'd just be great to chat to somebody. But having the social media there, it's really instant. You can just write a comment or something like that, and it just creates that sense of community. There's someone always there to listen, and you can share your story with a lot more people quite instantly. So the challenges that we face, or we're always going to face, I believe, I think they're going to be quite static. They're not necessarily going to change, and that's just due to the nature of the industry. As far as opportunities though, we're looking at doing podcasts where our young farmer members can hop on the tractor and listen to what I like to call tractor tunes, and learn some essential knowledge to their business structure, or just general farm knowledge that they can use in everyday life while driving a tractor around the bush. So I think there's some opportunities for us to tailor into that and give that access to our members. And I believe that by having a few events and some joint events that we're looking at doing with the Victorian future farmers will be quite convenient to our long-term improvement for our individual members.
So you're crossing the border to deal with the Victorians?
Well, I think we'd meet on the border and just discuss the issues that we face as a whole. They've got quite a different system down there, and some packages in place that help their young farmers move into the agricultural industry a lot easier than what we do in New South Wales. So by us being able to pick up on some of those skills and learn them, then hopefully we can advocate and lobby government to try and make those changes here.